What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. I am up way too early to be doing this, but I felt like playing Madden. We did the first part one. I need to kind of apologize. I don't really need to apologize because I'm sharing the same frustration you guys, but when we did record part one of this Rams Madden 20 realistic rebuild, I recorded literally like right after they announced and they did that drop trailer for Madden 20. Well, I was just in a bad mood. So anytime something kind of annoying happened in the part one rebuild, it was kind of magnified and multiplied and wasn't great. But I was like, you know what? The first part of the rebuild did not go well on a multitude of reasons. You know, we're sitting here getting ready for year 6, and we have nothing. I think we made the playoffs once, maybe twice. But we have no divisional titles, no Super Bowls, and generally the roster has kind of killed itself. I mean, when you look at what we're dealing with here, and let's see. So we traded Jared Goff, and we got a couple new names you need to know as we get ready for this rebuild. We got Kyler Piercy out of Oregon State, 88 superstar. We got him. We drafted him the same year we traded away Jared Goff, and he's obviously a better player than Jared Goff. We have this guy here, Jamarian Woods, who's trying to do his best to reach Todd Gurley's peak with the Rams. Obviously, he's not going to have the arthritis or whatever going on in his knees. But this guy's actually a monster. Probably the best running back we've ever drafted in a rebuild. Outside of that, though, you know, we have built up the offensive line. We spent a lot of premium picks. Sheffield was a first-round pick. Sanborn was a first-round pick on this O-line. Because obviously now we're going to be transitioning to a little bit more of a run first. Or at least let the run carry the offense. So you got to build up the offensive line. D-line, Aaron Donald's still here. He's getting old. Jalen Ramsey's still here, getting a little old. John Johnson's a 90, but he's kind of getting old. Ebukam's old. Taylor Rapp's starting to regret. So it's an aging defense. And in reality, we're getting ready for years 6 through 10. It's pretty much another rebuild in a ways because we're going to be doing patchwork trying to replace some of these old veterans as we go. This is going to be a tough one. Backs against the wall. But generally speaking, we're probably... looking at all the realistic rebuilds we've done so far in Madden 20, 80% of the time, it ends up being a successful rebuild with a Super Bowl, but this here might be the toughest part of a rebuild that we've done, just because of where this roster's at and what kind of weapons we have and what our salary cap is looking like. So, very difficult. I'll be surprised, almost pat ourselves on the back if in the end of 5 years we could find a way to win a Super Bowl here with the Rams. It's just a lot more probable, especially even though we'd have no way to view our job security, which is something that they should definitely look at, having like a bar or a meter or percentage like they do in FIFA here in Madden. But I'm gonna side on the side of caution. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But it's too early for me to come up with some Ricky-isms, if you guys watch the Trailer Park Boys. But I'm gonna guess. If I was a betting man, I would bet that McVay gets fired more then we win the Super Bowl. Like, if there's betting odds, we're like 2-1 McVay gets fired, 10-1 we win the Super Bowl. But we're going to try anyways, so let's get into year 6. Start with free agency. We usually don't spend a lot of money in the realistic rebuilds, but let's try to keep it somewhat realistic. The Rams like to spend money. So we're first year. We got to improve the edge. So we got Carlos Basham, who, a little undersized, but probably could play as a 3-4 defensive end body type, kind of like AJ Epineza in real life of the draft out of Iowa, went to the Bills. I think Basham, 275, like that's probably as small as you'd ever want a 3-4 DN, because 3-4 DNs, I would say, that'd probably be the range. 275, like Joey Bosa type guy, when he started there with the Chargers, up to like 305, 310 for a DN. So it's a little bit on the smaller side. If we don't get him, so be it, but he's 25, 82 star. We need help. We got to get Aaron Donald some help. And here's a big one. Brian Burns. He'd be an outside linebacker in our scheme. Upgrade over Samson Ebukam, who's just really regressed down to nothing. And hopefully could help out. But, I mean, there's close bits. With how things have gone, I wouldn't be shocked if we don't get any of them. But one of two would be great. Both of them would be exceptional, as we want to commit to spending money on improving our pass rush. Not today. Why are we starting off on this foot? Come on. I actually feel like playing Madden. Don't bend me over. I'm giving you a chance. Draft is in the books, and it was a really, really solid draft. No one below a 67 overall. Didn't do great from a dev trait standpoint, but you start with 277s back to back, you're feeling pretty good. We have Philip Stanford here, 77 normal. I think he was number 8 in true talent. We're going to move him to D-end. Probably going to start as D-end as a rookie, only a 1-point hit. He's a scheme fit out of Florida. And then we got Adrian Waters. Didn't really need a center, but he was best player available. 77, hidden dev trait on the O-line. Obviously, at 6'4", 316, can probably play anywhere on the offensive line, so we can plug and play him wherever we need to get that little bit of edge. Might actually probably stay at center, though. I think center was our lowest rated starting lineman. And at the midway point, 3-4, tied for last. I mean, we're still only a game behind the lead in the NFC West, so it's not that bad, but still 3-4, below 500. It's not great, especially when your job security is no idea. Contracts, I mean, we got Jalen Ramsey here, wants a 1-year deal. That's ridiculous money, but we'll pay him. Aaron Donald wants ridiculous money for a 2-year period, but pretty much need to pay him. Woods is our franchise player, and actually a really affordable deal for a guy that I think is the best running back in the league. Johnson's held on to his rating fairly well. We could probably ride him in the ground over the next 4 years. And outside of that, Sheffield, solid tackle. We'll give him something like a 5-year, under $7 million cap hit. We got Salas. We can replace him at linebacker. Fortunately, Cooper Kupp's at that, he's never really had a dominant year. He's 32. We can move on from him. Wow! It took 1 season to end this rebuild. The worst rebuild we've ever done. Easily the worst rebuild we've ever done. Maybe ever. In terms of winning, but definitely for this, out of all the teams, we've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26. We've done 27 realistic rebuilds. And at no point have we never won at least one divisional title. The worst one before this was the Denver Broncos. We only had 1 divisional title, no Super Bowls, but we got 0-0. Blanked across the board. That's painful. That's honestly painful. How do we finish the year? Let's kind of just look at the Rams. What did the Rams do? Who shit the bed? We have a 90 overall quarterback. It's the offense, man. The offense just never got to go. This is a 90 overall. Superstar. 3,200 yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 picks. Playing like, a good year for Andy Dalton. 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns for the running back. No one going over 1,000 yards. It's not shocking. Defensively, Burke Irvin actually was... we traded for him early on because the Rams, when you start with that roster, has a really rough linebacking core. Because they didn't properly replace Corey Littleton or anything like that. And since we brought him in, look at that, man. He's been probably one of the stars of the defense. 10.5 sacks, Terrell Lewis. 11 from Aaron Donald. We got 5 and 5. It's just not enough sacks, not enough interceptions. I mean, Jalen Ramsey has been solid. And of all my superstars, he's definitely been the best, I would say. Even that's a little bit of a stretch, but he's probably, I would say, the best. I think he got at least DB of the year once, if not 2 times. Aaron Donald. I mean, you hop in a rebuild, right? You're like, I want to play as my favorite team. I want to be the Rams. You're one of the 8 Ram fans that exist in real life. You're like, man, I want Aaron Donald, man. He's got a beast. He's the best player in the NFL. And like, 8.5 sacks, 6 sacks, 8 sacks, even 12 sacks is disappointing for Aaron Donald. He had one okay year in 2022. You talk about, wide receivers, right? We got Cooper Kupp, superstar, X Factor, baby. What's he bringing to the table? 700 yards, 600 yards, 800 yards, 700 yards. Had a breakout year in 2024 as a 31-year-old with 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. It's just, we almost need to turn this into a little bit of a tangent. Because we're sitting here, and this is the rebuild, the Rams rebuild. Unfortunately, if you're a Rams fan, things did not work out well for us. I don't know if you're a cursed team of the sim. I'm leaning towards that direction. But this rebuild generally, for me, as a creator, it's been a frustrating rebuild just because the timing, right? I honestly am, I don't know if I'm going to say depressed. Depressed is way too far in one direction to go. And I know people that deal with other things. It's like, depressing. I'm generally just in the dumps about Madden right now. Like, it's my job. It's what keeps the lights on, especially this late in the Madden season and them delaying Madden a full friggin' month. That's great because that means we still have to stock. I basically have to play this game for 2 more months to the day. I literally think to the day. I get it 7 days early on Origin because I play on PC. So I think I get it August 20th. Two more months of playing Madden. And it's not so much I'm sick and tired of playing Madden. Like when you get to this point in the Madden cycle, like who right now? What other people are playing Madden? What other people are doing daily uploads of Madden? No one, because they're done with this game. I'm not really at that point with this game. It's just the idea that some of the frustrations. Every year we're usually like, man, we can get a couple new things in the next Madden. I can't wait for the next Madden. What are we going to see in the next franchise? And there's the idea and the perception right now that we're getting nothing. It's going to be this, just reskinned slightly with new scoreboards. Like I'm going to have to deal with the same nonsensical, like my best players don't sim like they're the best players. I can't have any receiver go over 1,000 yards consistently, regardless of their rating, regardless of our, like we haven't, Cooper Kupp went over 1,000 yards once. And he's a superstar X Factor. The superstar X Factor is supposed to be the biggest impactful playmakers in the game. I had a 90 overall quarterback. And we're still like this. It's junk. It's honestly garbage. And now the idea that's going to be the exact same thing is it's killing my motivation right now. I don't know why. And I made videos, like, kind of defending my stance on let's wait and see, man. Let's wait and see. And we already waited and see for a weekend when we saw the EA Play shit. And they just mashed in Madden and they grouped in FIFA together in a 2-minute trailer. That 1 minute of that 2-minute trailer was like stock footage of real clips and shit. And we got nothing. We got absolutely nothing. It was a promotion for Madden on for sports games, EA Sports on Next Gen. We had 30 minutes of Star Wars, 20 minutes of The Sims being inclusive and being woke, and then and then like 10 minutes of indie games, like these little like crappy studio games got more time than the Madden thing. So we're sitting here. I saw a tweet. People are tweeting at Clint, who's like the head of Madden. He's like the guy. I don't know his exact title, but if you're looking at people that you can get in contact with over Madden, I'm literally loading this up right now because look, we got a whole bunch of time. Quick rebuild, one and done. I'm gonna type in Clint Oldenburg. Someone tweeted him and said, what's going on with franchise? Yada, yada, yada. Well, looking at the future list, I didn't see any mention of franchise mode. Thousands of us who are interested in MUT anxiously wait news on franchise. Do you know when we'll get some? He said, I don't know, but I can tell you we have a great gameplay deep dive stream planned for you next week. Now, I'm pretty sure Clint, he's a gameplay. He's gameplay guy, but I think like in terms of, I don't want to say accountability, but in terms of being able to reach out, he's probably the highest up guy that you can reach out to on Twitter to try to get answers from. The fact that you answered that for franchise mode is not reassuring in the least. And while we're here, we're going to wrap this one up. I'm not going to, stretch this one to get triple ads, quadruple ads, or anything like that because it's a failure of a rebuild. We should sit here and be depressed and wallow in our misery. But if I had to, I need to try to get my, I got a whole lot of time. I'm recording this Saturday morning. I was ready for another 2 hours of playing this, and I might as well just go record, Pink's episode 40. I might do the next rebuild. I'll tell you right now, we're doing the Titans. But if I had to think, and if I had to try to find a positive right now to keep me going here today, you're literally watching me right now trying to hype myself up to just be like, let's go play some Madden. Okay, get in that mindset. Is they talked about in Madden 21 the gameplay, and we like to focus on all the franchise features, and we like to talk about where's revamp scouting and maybe add edge rushers, or we keep talking about make the scenario engine mean something, make it impactful, make it completely have the potential to completely turn your franchise on its head, right? things like that. Add coaching carousel. We want all these things. But when I did my wish list, the number one thing I said was you have to make the AI play and call plays like they do in real life. And full credit to where, to what Madden has posted so far, that if we got all those features, right? Think about it. If we got all those features and the gameplay was bad again. Like if we got coaching carousel, we got revamped scouting, but the gameplay was really bad. Like it was worse than it was this year. Teams couldn't anymore call plays vanilla, right? You go against the Ravens, Lamar Jackson doesn't run. You go against the Giants, they don't hand the ball out to Saquon Barkley. They throw it 75 times. You know what I'm saying? If we got into that territory, would it really matter all the features that we were getting? Like if you looked at Madden, if you told me right now, C4, you're a trillionaire, you bought Madden, and for Madden 21, what is the thing you're going all in to fix, right? And get ready to start next gen with the brand new consoles off on the right foot. What is the number one thing, C4, that you are going to fix? And I would say it's gameplay. And we have got through Madden that they have supposedly tweaked the gameplay. That when you go against the AI, they're going to adjust to the gameplay that you're calling, and you're going to have to make changes to stop the opposing team's quarterback, or else they're just going to rip you apart. So if that's something that they're going to end up going with, and it really does fix the gameplay, they truly did go in and their goal this year was to make every team feel different, feel unique, and that comes out right. I might have to say that was a right call. But as it stands right now, again, it's still wait and see. And, anytime I play franchise, especially right now in Madden 20, it just personally, I don't know if you guys feel the same when you're watching it, but it's just like you got that little thing in the back of your head being like, all right, 12, 13, 14 more months of this kind of franchise, falling short of expectation franchise. So, we're all in this. All we can kind of say as I wrap this one up, we're all in this together. It's Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. It's Father's Day. Shout out to all my fathers out there. Hope you guys are having a great one. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm sleeping in at this point on a Sunday. But, yeah, I don't know. This rebuild sucked. We got punished. We got exactly what we deserved by getting fired in year 6. And I got to vent a little bit about Madden 20, Madden 21, Madden franchise mode. So that does it for me today, guys. I don't really know what else kind of content you want me to talk about for Madden 21 until there's more news. Obviously, there's going to be, I think, almost every week now. They do kind of a stream, and we're going to start getting ratings and stuff like that we can dive into, which is going to be good for the channel and good to talk about. But I saw RBT make a tweet about this being the least anticipated Madden of all time, like the least hyped. No one's really talking about it. We've seen the dislikes on the trailer. I think he's right. I honestly think he's right. I think I can't remember a time. Maybe Madden 9, Madden 18? Remember the time that they added draft boards only? I can't remember what Madden that was. It was either 18. I think it was the final year that Rex was in charge, where they just said literally the only thing franchise got was online draft boards for people that were in multi-user leagues. This is right there. This is right along that territory for lack of hype and excitement. So, it is what it is. So that does it for you guys. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go record another rebuild so you get one of those quicker, sooner than later, because this was very, very short. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow on Monday for episode 40 of Flashback Pink Slips as we wrap up the regular season in 2009. I think that's where it is. So thanks for all the love and support, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Peace out.